Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone at home. I'm going to start in the kitchen today, and I'm going to show you two recipes. Can everybody see? I'm going to show you two recipes that are absolutely delicious. The first one you can use for anything. It's called a crepe, and it's only 42 calories per crepe, I think. Yep, 42 calories per crepe. And it's really delicious. So you just mix together. It's not sweet, but it has flour, water, egg whites or egg substitute, pinch of salt, which I actually didn't put in, and some vanilla. I think that's it. And then you mix it all together. Now, you can keep it in the fridge and make them as you need them, the little batter. So that's what I did, and it's 1/4 cup. The secret to the first one not messing up, I found the secret. You want to know what it is? Make your pan really hot. So if your pan's really hot, it doesn't mess up. Put 1/4 cup of the very liquidy batter. You can hear the sizzle, and you swirl it really quickly around in your pan. And it can be very thin. This is like a pancake that has no leavening in it. Very, very thin, and in just under a minute, the edges will start to kind of lift. It's very easy to flip, and it's really, really good. Now you can stuff these with, we're going to make blintzes next, so you could stuff them with cheese, but you could just take a crepe and put a little bit of ice cream in it, some strawberries, you know, that slow churn vanilla that's really light, some strawberries and dollop of Cool Whip, or some sugar-free chocolate syrup, or not sugar-free chocolate syrup if you really want to measure it. Anything you want to do, or you can make it savory. You could put some sausage crumbles and some egg. You can make it any way you want to make it. You can see the edges are really kind of starting to lift. It comes up real easy. It's like paper, but they're not hard to make. They're not, you don't have to like really even have a knack for it, or I would not be making them. And they come out really easy. So you can even make the crepes ahead. These were made yesterday. And if you're going to freeze them, I would put wax paper in between. But if you're just making them straight up like this, you just kind of stack them up and you're good to go. Let's say a quick hi to everybody at home. Hi, everyone. Good to see everyone in here. This is open house month. So this is back to school, back to weight loss, back to gym, back to routine. And I always like to say it's a great time whenever you start something new. And if you're going back to school, a lot of teachers in the group, even though it's not new, you've had a break from old habits. Now's the time. This is the week to be setting new habits. So if you really were drawn to the teacher break room or whatever, stay away from it. Pack your lunches. Get organized. Start setting some new habits. Now the filling I'm going to make for this blintz is ricotta cheese, cream cheese, tiny bit of sugar. We use the Walo sugar, which is a natural sugar. What else is in there? A little bit of egg substitute, so we do want to cook it afterwards. And pinch of lemon juice, little vanilla extract, and I think that's it. We're going to put a nice 1/4 cup right onto the bottom end of the blintz like this, nice and full. And then it's really easy to roll. Can everybody see? Just come up with the bottom here, in with the sides, and then roll it right up. If I can do it, anybody can do it. So we've got a blintz, which is a 1/2 dairy and 1/2 carb. The crepe is the 1/2 carb. The dairy, the filling is the 1/2 dairy. So it's 84 calories. Let me just get the exact. 79 calories for one blintz. Now, there's very little sugar in this. A lot of people like to use this as a dessert. So you can, here's one that was made yesterday. You can take it and put a little bit of the Walo powdered sugar or Splenda powdered or whatever you want on top, and that'll add a little bit of sweetness to it. You could add a little bit more sweetness inside the filling if you wanted to. But the reason I kept it really not sweet is because when I was growing up, I had a friend from Russia, and these blintzes are a great, I think a lot of ethnic groups claim blintzes as theirs. I know Polish, German, Russian, so all the Slovak, Scandinavian, and Jewish people. Okay, so we got some Italians in the group. They want to claim everything. Like, this is just like Minagot, so it's really ours. Okay, it's not. So then you want to recook it. There's a little bit of egg in here, so you want to recook it. And you can, they say to put it back in the pan. I just make a bunch of them and throw them in the oven for about 5 minutes, and it just cooks the filling a little bit. Otherwise it's too gooey. I want it a little bit solid. The cheese comes out so good. But anyway, my Russian friend, years ago when I was growing up, she always had kielbasi and sauerkraut, and then she used the less sweetened blintzes as her potato on the side. So she always had blintzes in her freezer. They do freeze up really great, and then you can pull 1 or 2 out and have them. I've been eating them all week for either breakfast or lunch. So, because I needed to practice and get really good at crepe making. So that's the recipe today. As soon as that's done, maybe Alan can go get it out of the oven so it doesn't overcook. How's everyone doing? Yeah, we got a full group here today. Anybody lose weight this week? Alan and Cindy?
Yeah, it's a miracle, isn't it?
It's not a miracle. I don't sound surprised. I know you guys could do it. You're down like 40 pounds. 3.8 for Alan. 2.6 for Cindy. Barb. 4 pounds for Barb. You don't have to beat 4. Who else lost weight? 1. Yay! What's your total? Was it you 1?
Yeah, 71.
Diane? 71.2. And then there's quiet people in the group, so quiet that I didn't even know her name. She's been here, not forever, for a while. Teacher. How you doing, Ava? Good. And you're down 67 pounds, 10 pounds from goal. She said the first 50 came off really steady. And then this last 10, well, 17 have been harder. Anybody find that? Yeah, you find that too, Diane? With your 71? Is Holly in there? She's down 70 some odd pounds. How's everybody at home doing? Why don't you guys, since it's open house week, go ahead and chat what state you live in at the risk of upsetting my husband who says I do that all the time. Go ahead and chat what state you live in. We'd love to see. Oh, hi, Mom. My mom is in there from Maine. Good to see you, Mom. Anybody else lose weight? Lois? 0.8. That's almost a pound. Good job. Almost at 50. Super. Who else is almost at goal? You're doing so great. Got to goal. I got pregnant. And I've seen that happen so many times. You warned me. Had her baby and is now almost at goal again. You're looking for a sturdy chair. Anybody else want to share anything? Look at those states lining up there. Good to see you guys in there. Anybody brand new, brave enough to say me? New? You could type in the word new. You'll get a great big Kimmy welcome. And there's Vera. She and Pete are up in Hartford. Good to see you guys. All right. This is first of the month. It's almost Rosh Hashanah, which is, do you know what that is? Jewish New Year. And all the kids are back to school. All the teachers are back to school. We're going back to school today. So I'm doing what I would do if I was brand new leader as my first weight loss meeting. This is the topic that I like to start with because I think it explains a lot. Because let's face it, there are a lot of concepts of a great way to lose weight out there, aren't there? You've heard them all. There's different things you can eat. There's different things you can count. Anybody ever count carbs, like net carbs? You subtract the fiber from the carbs and you've got your net carbs. Anybody do that? That's like an Atkins type of diet. The funny thing is, don't all of them take off weight? Like if you've really done a diet before and put your heart into it, no matter what the diet is, you get weight off, don't you? Well, let me tell you, we count options here, which is food groups. I've counted points, which is a great program, Weight Watchers, you all know Weight Watchers. But your body doesn't know what an option is, and your body doesn't know what a point is. What is it that your body knows? Calories, technically called a kilocalorie. We have shortened it to calorie. So everybody knows what calories are. That is the energy for your body. It is a measurement of energy. Did you know that? It's a measurement of energy. Earlier in the week I said it was the gas for your body. So then I was quickly corrected. That's not a really great thing to say. But your body needs a certain amount of calories to stay the same. That's called your BMR. We all know what that is. That's how many calories we need, our body needs to stay at its current weight. I know that's not your goal, but that's where we start in factoring you for how many calories you should eat to lose. How many calories do you need to stay the same? Well, your BMR is a math equation that was come up with by two gentlemen in the 1800s, and it's your age. So the older you are, the fewer calories your body needs. Your gender. If you're a woman, your body doesn't need as many calories as a man. And it's not because God doesn't love you as much. It's because our body makeup at a very fit weight has a higher fat percentage than men do. They have a higher muscle percentage, and muscle burns fat. Muscle increases your metabolism. That's why we really encourage strength training exercises, you know. So if you're a man, you get more calories. So it's age, gender, height. Taller people have a bigger mass and need more calories. More petite people. Do you ever hear the saying, I think it was Garfield that said, I'm not overweight, I'm under tall? So your height and your current weight also is a factor in how many calories you need, because if I was 350 pounds, same height, same age, same gender, so yeah, same gender, I would need more calories to stay the same than if I'm at my current weight. So age, height, gender, and weight factored together tell us what your BMR is. So a typical BMR for somebody who is my age, height, gender, weight would be somewhere around 1,700. So let's say there's this fictitious person whose BMR is 1,700 calories. If that person consumes 1,700 calories on that given day, they're going to stay the same. If they consume more than that, they are going to gain weight. If they consume less than that, they are going to lose weight. And by weight, I mean fat. The scale fluctuates for other reasons, water weight and everything, but that's what I'm talking about is fat. So exercise also comes into play here, because exercise burns our energy, which is calories. So if I ate 1,700 calories, but I worked out and burned 100 calories, I would still be in the deficit. Do you understand how the whole thing works? That's weight loss 101. The fact is, I've just given you everything you need, and you've probably already had it because I'm preaching to the choir here, to lose weight successfully. You don't need me. You don't need this program. You don't need anything. There's free calorie counters out there. That's what you need. You need to stay within your calories. Best to eat well-rounded and healthy, but if you're within your calories, you'll lose weight. So how important is weight loss to you? Like, isn't it on your top 5, top 3 things that you want most in your life? Get to a healthy weight and stay there? So if you've got all the tools you need, which I'm sure you had even before you came to this meeting, and you want it more than anything, and it's completely in your control, why don't we do it? Because there is something that I have coined, the life cycle of a diet. And this is not something I found in a textbook. I created this because it was personal experience that taught me this. And I've seen it in members. This is how it works. We, for some reason, are ready to start or restart. I don't know if it's your last pair of pants don't fit you very well anymore. You've got the safety pin here. Do you ever do that in a skirt in the back? I did that. I was going to a photo shoot. I was not in the photo. Actually, they actually pulled me into one of them, but I was so heavy, not at my highest. And I had this really cute skirt, black and white. I still have it in my closet. I should bring it in. And I went to put it on. It looked so good on me like a couple months earlier, so I was saving it for then. It was with the governor, and the one that's in jail right now, Roland. And that has nothing to do with this story. So I go, like I'm in communications and advertising, and I go with the president of the Chamber of Commerce to help this guy, you know, get his picture taken. And I put on this skirt that morning, and it was like this much open. It didn't fit because, you know, I was gaining daily. And so I put a safety pin in, and I looked in the mirror, and I rolled up the waistband in the front so that it wasn't like doing this. And by the time I rolled it up to be equal, it was a mini skirt. I looked ridiculous. I had to go find something else. Anyway, so we are disgusted or we are excited about a fun event, or a doctor's given, you know, like a wedding coming up, or a doctor's giving us a bad diagnosis, or we just feel terrible. We are ready. We're determined, or we're into it. We're motivated. Something brought us to start again. Do you remember the first time you started? That high excitement and motivation. So there's a period of time, and many people call it the honeymoon. And that's what a great period of time. That's when weight losses are big, right? I mean, the more we weigh, usually the quicker we lose, as long as we're accurate, because we have more to lose. Weight losses are bigger, right, Ava? And it's easy. Like, we don't even have to plan during the honeymoon, right? Because we're not going to eat it anyway. We've decided we are going to do this. As a matter of fact, oftentimes, because we overate, we now undereat. Let's face it, we don't need a lot of calories at that point anyway. I like to say live off the blubber, live off the fat of the land for a while, because I've just eaten so many calories. That's why I felt disgusting. I've been eating for so long, I've been so full for so long, I don't need anything for a few days anyway. And we're so determined and so highly motivated that we are going to stick with it no matter what. And probably not even stick with it, but stick under it. So weight losses are big. It's really easy. We know how to do it because we've done it a million times before. And we go along, and then as time goes on, we get back and we start to notice foods we haven't had in a while. We start to notice the stresses of life. Like when we're really focused, this is weight loss is a priority, and we're motivated, right? And so we're going along, and now all of a sudden, the thing we want to grab just doesn't look so good. The struggle starts to build. Now we're struggling a little bit. We are noticing things we haven't had for a while. And we're just you ever feel a binge building? Like you can feel that you're right on the cusp. You're hanging on by the fingernails. And it's not a good feeling. And you come to the weight loss meetings where you used to, I lost another 16 pounds this week. You know, we're used to being the star of the meeting. And now all of a sudden, we're hoping, we're getting on the scale going, God, please, 0.2, please, right? And we kind of really don't even want to go to the meeting. And then all of a sudden, it happens. We have a fall from grace. We've eaten the apple off the tree. We've either eaten something that we know was a trigger we shouldn't have, or maybe it's even been a binge. Something happens and we are no longer on, we are now off. That's all right, I'll come back in. No, I wanted to see. We're on, we're off, right? Isn't that what happens? All of a sudden we're off and we're like, oh my gosh, I'm off. Oh, what else is there I can eat? I haven't eaten anything in a while. I'm really hungry. And the stress, and the boss, and the kids, right? And so we have that day, that night we go to bed like, oh my gosh, what did I do? I was doing so good. It just wasn't worth it. I could have done it, and I didn't. And we're scared. And we're so scared that we determined that next morning we're going to get up, and we do. We get everything planned. We're together. We're going to do it 100%. We're back on it. No problem. It was a little blip. I'll be fine. 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we start thinking, you know what? it's really hard to get back on, and I'm only like a couple hours on, so it really could be a 2-day off. And then I'm going to get right back on tomorrow. And tomorrow becomes the day that just doesn't come. And we go through a period of time where we are in the on-off, starve binge, all or nothing, up and down 5 to 10 pounds. And I'm going to call this the battle zone because it's an absolutely miserable place to live. And this is where most people end up living for a long time. This is it, the battle zone. It is the worst place in the life cycle of the diet to live, and that's where most people are living. And we fight for as long as we can. We ever say to yourself, I just can't get it back. That's where you are. And then for many who don't jump to here, a lot of us, we go to the completely off, we quit, this diet doesn't work, I need to find something else. I need to wait until a better time, because there's got to be a better time to lose weight and get healthy. I don't have time to, it can't, I can't, we can't, you can't, she doesn't, it won't. We just are so ready and we're off. We gain back much of our weight, if not all, and maybe even more, until we are so disgusted with ourselves, we're ready to start. So this meeting is for those of you at maintenance who are living in the after, like you're at goal, but are really in the battle zone, because I'm talking about a mindset here more so than a body weight. This meeting is for those of you who are brand new. Welcome, this is a great meeting to start with. This meeting is also for those of you who are living here and are sick and tired of it and ready to do something about it. It's easy when you're here to be here because, let's face it, you've lost a lot of weight. It's not as urgent anymore. You're not feeling as disgusted. You're feeling pretty darn good about yourself. You're looking pretty darn good. You may even be getting compliments. That only compounds the I can have it, I shouldn't have it, on and off mentality. Do you want to break the life cycle of the diet? Are you ready? Because this is new year, new you. It's time to do things differently this time. It's really important to put yourself mentally right here. Now, you might not feel motivation. Guess how many calories motivation burns? You don't need it. It's easier, it helps, and we want to try to get it back, but you don't have to do it to do what you want to do. What do you really want? What do you guys want more than anything? Lose weight. Get to a healthy weight. Or also stop the battle. Don't you want to just stop that battle? Don't you want to change mentally also? Then you need, remember last week, I think it was last week's meeting topic where we said in that moment of should I eat the cake, shouldn't I, it's not the calories that you need to be debating if it's worth it. Because the calories, they're always going to be worth it. Like, I mean, how much, 3,500 calories equals 1 pound, right? Forgot to do that part of it. 3,500 calories equals 1 pound. I mean, you could eat several pieces of cheesecake. I'm not giving you license to do this. You could, and you know, like a pound, right? It's worth it. It's always going to be worth it if that's what you're looking at. Don't you want to stop the fight and the life cycle and the yo-yo? Don't you want to stop that? So you're going to be asking yourself, is it worth feeding? I'm going to tell you a really quick story before I end up with the BMR here, back at the BMR. Did I not finish my sentence? Okay. Well, this story is going to finish the sentence. Story about a young Indian boy whose grandfather was telling him about there's a good wolf and a bad wolf living inside of us. I think Trish is the only one I told this story to. And he said he lives inside all of us. The good wolf is, you know, patience, kindness, self-control. The bad wolf is jealousy, envy, strife, anger, all the bad things, right? And it's always warring in us. And the young boy said, Grandfather, which wolf wins? To which the grandfather replied, the one you feed. That's what I'm talking about. The decision in that moment isn't about the calories. It's about which wolf, which mindset, which behavior are you going to feed in that moment. And we keep feeding the wrong one and making the battle stronger. It's time to say it's not worth it. The cake might be worth it, the pie might be worth it, the calories might be worth it, but man, I don't want to keep doing this. And it's time to stop. So you need to get planned out your day, because it's really hard to nail a perfect day choosing as you go in moments of hunger. You need to get planned out. You need to get help if you don't know how to do it. There's a 10 o'clock meeting on how to use the meal planner. If you're confused, if you're frustrated, I don't care how long you've been here or been a member, it's time to put yourself here and say, this is the start. What do you really want? Let's finish the job. Let's get to goal. All right. I think I'm done. I mean, I didn't say that 3,500 calories equals a pound, did I? All right, so you remember that BMR fictitious person who got 1,700 calories? We would give you about a 500 calorie deficit to lose weight. So your calories to lose would be about 1,200. The calculator does it for you.
Your mic fell off.
Sorry. So your calories would be 1,200 to lose. Now this is really important because 3,500 calories equals 1 pound. That means that if you eat 3,500 calories in the course of a week or one day, more than your body needs, you're going to gain a pound. And if you eat 3,500 calories during the week, less than your body needs, you're going to lose, right? Pretty much. So if we're at a 500 calorie deficit a day, and there's 7 days in a week, we're at a 1 pound a week deficit if you use the meal planner. Now, unlike other programs, we don't ask you how active you are, because we found people really don't know. Just like when I was talking about my mountain I was climbing, and Trish was telling me that she climbed a mountain and it was 6,000 feet, and I said, I think mine was like that much. And then Jackie looked up on the internet, and mine was 750 feet. So we overestimate how much we eat, move. We underestimate how much we eat. It's the nature of human existence. We don't really know how active we are. So we don't trust you. We factor you at slug movement. You are factored as a couch potato. So even though you're factored for 1 pound, most people get up, go to the grocery store, get their mail, cook some meal, are burning some calories. You're probably going to lose 1.5 pounds. You do a really busy day, like a teacher, or I had a Fitbit that I've got to find again, and I'm just sitting all the time, but man, on days that I'm busy, I'm getting in 6,000 steps without trying. So I'm going to really be, 1.5 to 2 pounds. I work out I'm going to lose upwards. So you see how it works. Weight loss 101, but this, all of it depends on accuracy. You want to get that motivation back? You want to be in that honeymoon cycle? You take day 1. This is start for me. I'm going to plan it out, and I'm going to be accurate. And I'm going to count everything. Because a bag of baby carrots is 120 calories, and you munch on that during the day and you don't count it, your 500 calorie deficit has just gone to 380. And you have a banana and you don't count it, it's gone to 280, 260. And you could be doing really good and be eating for maintenance, not weight loss. That's discouraging. So we need accuracy. Accuracy equals speed in weight loss. And we're not all about get it off quick here, but let's face it. Let's get it off as quick as we can. Not by cutting calories dramatically, but by really accurate, clean behavior. Because right after the honeymoon comes the sloppy phase. And we are all so good at what we do. We've been doing this forever. We know that a deck of cards is 3 ounces of protein. The palm of my hand is 4 ounces if I chop my fingers off. We know that a tennis ball is a half a cup of ice cream. We know that a ping pong ball is 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, and we eyeball everything. And we don't need to measure the cream in our coffee because we just have a little splash. splash. It's white, but we just have a splash. Okay, so we need to measure things. And olive oil does not disintegrate. It absorbs into your food. So you Italians, Lois, we need to measure or get a mister and count our pumps. We need to do this accurately. And you know what happens? Day one is a fight. Because we're so close to the good wolf, bad wolf. The bad wolf's pretty big. The big bad wolf. And then day two, we wake up feeling like I did it. Oh my gosh, I did it. And it still could be a fight because we're only one day back on. It's pretty close. We could, you know. And day three, you wake up and you're feeling really good and the motivation starts to come back. That's self-motivating. You have to learn how to self-motivate or you're going to be in that life cycle of a diet forever and you don't want to do that anymore. So clean, accurate behavior, trying good recipes. Don't just eat. I know you have the same thing for breakfast and the same thing for lunch. You don't really need to plan because you only have a little bit of a change in your protein for dinner, maybe a different vegetable. And so therefore, how's it working for you? Everybody needs to plan to the best of their ability. There will be days you can't. Vacations, times when you go out, so you're going to need to save calories and plan around it. You guys ready to get back on? Everybody say, Happy Rosh Hashanah! This is New Year for us. This is the beginning. This is the start. This is time to really do it and take it all the way to goal. You ready? All right, let's have some blintzes, baby. We'll be back 10 o'clock with Adam for the Getting Started. Thanks for joining us.